September 2023, I stepped foot into a classroom full of students. Some of them were my friends and some of them were people that I'd never seen before. But we all shared one thing in common, and that was that we were going to do our A-levels for the very first time. Well, 2 years later, here I am. I've graduated from school, I've done A-levels, and I never have to touch A-level chemistry ever again in my life. And I'm so thankful for that. Now, during these 2 years of A-levels, I made my fair share of mistakes. And a few days ago, I was like, why not sit down and recall some of the biggest mistakes that I made so that other people do not have to make it? I don't really want to waste more of your time, so let's dive straight into mistake number 1. Mistake number 1, not starting and finishing the syllabus early. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that I made when I was, in year 12, year 13, whatever it was, is not starting the syllabus early and finishing it early as well. So I'll explain both points. When I say not starting the syllabus early, what I mean is that, the whole summer break that I had, I wish I started maybe a month after I finished my IGCSEs, or after a month after I finished my AS level. I would have started the new syllabus that I was going to be studying, because what it would have allowed me to do is basically study before anyone else studied it. And when I go back to school, I remember pretty much everything that's going on. So when the teacher is teaching something, I'm revisiting it because I've already studied it back in summer. And in regards to finishing the syllabus early, one of my biggest mistakes that I still regret to this day is dragging out the syllabus all the way to April. So what I would do is, I was not able to complete my syllabus before. So what ended up happening is that I was in mid-April and my syllabuses weren't still not complete. And the exams were 2-3 weeks away. So I was, in a bit of a panic mode. And I would advise you to never ever fall into that trap. Do not let stuff build up, get it out of the way as soon as you can. So what you want to do if you finish GCSEs is that, you were already in July. So take a week more and then start studying the AS level syllabus. So year 12 syllabus. And for those who've just, finished year 12, start, doing the year 13 syllabus, because trust me, year 13 is hard. And someone who's done both of them, I would say that year 12 is so much easier. The jump from IGCSE to year 12 is not as big as the jump from, year 12 to year 13, because, I don't know how to describe it. The topic, the questions, the past papers, every single thing is much harder, or at least 3 times harder when it comes to A-levels. Mistake number 2, not being consistent. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that I made was not being consistent. So what happened is that when year 13 initially started, I was off to a great start. I was up to date with the topics. I was doing good in class tests. I was participating in class. I was just doing, everything I could to get a good grade. But then mock 1 came around and I did pretty good, I'd say. And then winter break came. In winter break, I did not study anything. I had my A-level Pure 3 maths exam in January. And basically, that is the only thing I studied for, and I completely forgot the rest of the year 13 syllabus, which was chemistry, physics, whatever, So, once I'd finished my early entry, and I came back to school, my teacher was on the second topic for Unit 5 of chemistry, and I did not understand a single thing. And I got so demotivated that, I was doing so well in chemistry, I understood everything, and all of a sudden, all of that progress is gone just because I missed a topic. I was so demotivated, and I know this is, very bad for my side because I, preach discipline and stuff. And I got so demotivated that I did not study at all. So for a good 3-month period, I was not studying properly. Even if I did study, I would just, study for class tests a day before, and then I went and did that, and I didn't even perform that well in them. So what I'm trying to say is that please be consistent. Don't do this thing where you study for 3 months, don't study for 3 months, then you study for 2 months, 1 month, whatever it is, right? It really puts your rhythm off. And whatever you studied in those 3 months, if you do not study it or recall it in the further 2-3 months, whatever you're taking off, you're going to forget everything. And then you're going to have to revise and learn the same thing all over again, which is just a big waste of time. You do not want to do that. So what I would recommend, that you don't need to be studying 3-4 hours a day. It is pointless. All you need to do is study 1 hour a day and be consistent. So I would rather that you study 1 hour every single day than you study 3 hours every 3 days and then you take 4 days off. It just doesn't make sense. So study 1 hour a day. That is much better for you than studying 3 days and not studying the next. Mistake number 3, not taking class tests seriously. Now, as I said before as well, when year 13 initially started, I was doing pretty good. I was, getting good marks in class tests and all of that stuff. But when I dropped off in that, winter break period, I stopped studying and I stopped, taking class tests seriously. And one thing I noticed is that when it came to the actual exam, the topics that I took on seriously on the class test, I did so much better on them than the topics that I did not take seriously on the class test. So for example, we were studying Unit 4, which had entropy and all of that stuff. and I remember doing the class set and I got pretty good marks, and the questions that I got wrong, I went home and I rechecked them and I saw how to do them. I still remembered all of that when it came closer to the exam, even though I had not revised it in a very long time. Whereas, stuff that I did not give the classes or I skipped it, I was like, I'll do it later, such as, organic, I did not study it, I did not give a class test, and I was, pretty bad at it. And especially when it came to the actual exam, I was, struggling a bit. And I remember, because class tests really do help. As much as you think, oh, they're pointless, 20 marks, what am I going to do with 20 marks, right? They help you in the long term, because once you study for a class test, that whatever you learn is going to stick to you for a very long time, compared to taking a test is always going to help you. So please take your class test seriously, because trust me, it is going to help you a lot when it comes to your actual exam and your preparation as well. Now, mistake number 4 was letting my work pile up. So again, as I said, you do not want stuff to pile up, because just think of it like this. If you're placing stuff on each other, let's say you're placing Lego, you have Lego, you place it on one, another one on top, and you keep going on top, there will be a point eventually where everything falls down. That is the same thing with your studies, right? If you keep work piling up, so you forgot to study chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, eventually all those chapters will pile up and they will crumble upon you, and you won't be able to get it done in time. So please be on time. If you have an assignment, if you have tests, whatever you have, study for it, be prepared for it in accordance. Do not let stuff pile up. So if you know that you have a test, let's say a week from now, why wait till a day before the exam that you study? Why not study it now, so that a day before, all you have to do is revise and perhaps do a bit of questions, right? So you do not want to let stuff pile up, because the worst thing that you can do is come crashing down. And that does happen, and I've seen it happen with me, a lot of my friends, where we just left stuff. When I was meant to study the chemistry syllabus, I was like, I'll do it later, I have plenty of time, and I kept delaying it until mid of April, and then everything, I had to complete 5 chapters in like a few days, which was not ideal. So please don't let work pile up. All you want to do is stay consistent. Even if as I said before as well, even if you're studying 1 hour a day, that is enough. All you need to do is not let stuff pile up and be a bit consistent. Mistake number 5, taking care of your physical and mental well-being. Another mistake a lot of people made, I did not personally make this mistake, but I know a lot of people who did, is not taking care of your mental health or your physical health as well. So for that, you can go to the gym, go on runs, do swimming, play football, whatever you want to do in your spare time. So every week I go out and play football with my friends, and that that helped with my mental health as well. I go to the gym, that helps when it comes to exam anxiety and stuff, because physical, anything that you do that will improve your physical health has been shown to improve your mental health as well. And another thing that you want to do for yourself is that if you enjoy something, then please go do it, because you have to study all of that, but don't forget to enjoy yourself. So for example, if you enjoy reading books, then go read books. If you enjoy watching movies or series, whatever it is, watch a movie every week, or if you're into series, watch an episode every single day. Whatever you want to do that can help your mental health, please go do it, because the point of A-levels is, of course, to get good grades, but it's not to let those grades affect you as well. So what you want to do is take care of your mental and physical health alongside your studies. If you're winning in all 3 areas of that perspective, then brilliant. But you cannot let any one of those lack behind. And another bonus tip that I have for you is to lock in year 12 itself. Personally, another one of the biggest mistakes that I made was not locking in year 12, because year 12 is much easier compared to year 13. So if you can get the maximum grades possible in year 12, that would make your life so much easier in year 13. Because I've heard some people say this, that even if I do badly in year 12, I can redeem myself in year 13. Why would you want to do that? Because year 13 or A-levels is so much more harder than whatever you think. I would say at least 4 times harder than year 12. And I really do wish that I could turn back time and go back to year 12, perform much better on my exams, so that I could get a jump start or a boost when it comes to year 13. Because your final result is obviously a combination of whatever you do in year 12 and year 13. And if you do excellently in year 12, that would make the bar for you to do good in year 13 much lower. So for example, if you need let's say 150 out of 200 to get A in A levels, why not get like 90 plus in year 12, and then so that the bar is lower for you. You only have to get like what, 60 in year 13. But why would you say that let me get like 70 or 60 so that I'll do better in year 13? That just doesn't make sense, because year 13 is so much more harder. So what you want to do is do your absolute best, put in all of the hard work in year 12, and still obviously still try in year 13, but you wouldn't have that much pressure on you that, oh, you know, I need to get like 95 or 100 out of 100 to get a good grade. So please do your best in year 12 so that you can get a head start in year 13. So yeah, those were a couple of the biggest mistakes that I made when I was doing my A levels, and I hope you guys don't repeat them, because if you manage to like not repeat any of these 6 mistakes that I just told you about, your life and your like the whole process of A levels will become so much more easier for you. Trust me, just follow these 6 tips, or should I say avoid these 6 tips, and your life will become much easier in A levels. And yeah, that's about it. I'd not uploaded in about a month. That's why this video is a bit weird, because I'm struggling with the script as well, because yeah, I've not recorded in a month. But yeah, I'm back, and I'm going to be uploading hopefully twice, maybe even thrice a week. And yeah, let's see how it goes. Thank you for watching. Take care. You can check this video out over here, and you can subscribe to the channel right over here. Take care and goodbye.